And thanks for inviting us in tonight. We want to begin at 11 here at the Indiana State House, where right now lawmakers are engaged in a late night effort to pass a budget deal in these waning hours of the legislative session. Our Emily Longnecker has been at the State House since early this morning. Emily, so where do things stand right now?
Well, Scott, it's been a full day for the House and Senate dealing with other bills. And at this point, I'm looking at this monitor. We're right outside the House chamber. Neither chamber has even started their discussions on the budget yet. That is House Bill 1001. But the provisions in it, some of the things we're going to talk about, they were shaped by that $2 billion expected shortfall in revenue that lawmakers learned about last week that sent them really back to the drawing board to rework some of this budget. Let's talk about some of the biggest cuts in the budget. Public funding is taking a significant cut, higher education also taking a cut. The Indiana Economic Development Corporation's budget is going to be reduced by about 25%. Most state agencies and the Office of Statewide Elected Officials, they'll see their office budgets cut by 5%. K-12 education not seeing any cuts. It's going to get $861 million over 2 years. That's a 2% increase each year. And universal school vouchers are going to also happen in year 2. Lawmakers are raising the cigarette tax by $2 and taxes going up on other tobacco products. They're hoping to raise about $800 million from that money that's going to go to Medicaid funding. Also, the lowering the state income tax, that's not changing course. That is still on track to happen in 2027. Now, what we'll expect here the rest of the night, lawmakers in both chambers, they're going to get up and they're going to speak about this budget, this final version. And what you're going to hear from Republicans are some of the things that they said yesterday to us when they revealed this budget, calling it responsible, saying that it is government living within its means, and talking about government tightening its belt, something that they've asked local governments to do in the property tax relief bill. Democrats yesterday, as they learned about some of the details of this budget, they criticized the cuts to public health funding and the expansion of school vouchers. So we're likely to hear those thoughts from both sides of the aisle in both chambers. The question is, when are we going to start hearing that discussion? At this point, okay, here we go. It has just started in the House. They are just getting to this right now, just at 11 o'clock after a full day here. The House finally has started their discussion on the budget. We'll bring you the results if we get them. I don't think that we'll get them within this half hour, but we'll have an update on Sunrise and also on WTHR.com. Scott?
All right, very good. Emily Longnecker at the State House, thanks so much. Now we want to take you to the east side of Indy, taking an up-close look at some critical issues facing that community, really any community. Things like safety, healthcare, and transportation. Our Logan Gay was at tonight's event where people got a chance to talk directly to city leaders, the very people in a position to address those concerns.
These neighbors on the east side are working to turn this public safety town hall into a partnership with some of the city's crucial organizations: Indigo, Overdose Lifeline, Marion County Health Department, and IMPD.
A view from your perspective, why do you feel that you guys are short, and how can we support you?
That support works both ways. The people here wanted to hear how these organizations plan to tackle many issues, including homelessness, mental health, pedestrian safety, construction, and overdoses.
We have half of those. We have 10 to 15 overdoses a day out of the 20 in Indianapolis.
This is personal for Cliff Marsiglio. He's known several people who have died from overdoses, including a friend a month ago.
We were talking about celebrating the fact that he got through the winter, and he decided to celebrate a little bit on his own. And they found him a few days later, and he was gone.
Leaders at Overdose Lifeline have made it their mission to make sure everyone has access to life-saving resources like naloxone.
I don't think anybody on stage can do it alone. We as a community need to step up, and we need to find out what is the best practices for us to step up and how we can help our own community.
IMPD Chief Chris Bailey also spoke into questions from neighbors. He took the opportunity to update the community on his officers' efforts to get drugs and guns off Indy streets. IMPD, East District Commander says this kind of dialogue is pivotal.
At the end of the day, we work for the citizens of this community. That's who we protect and serve as the police department. That is our customer. And so it's important that we have those relationships, that we listen to what our community wants, that we continue to police in the manner in which our community expects their police department to police. And the only way that we can do that is if we have that back and forth conversation with our citizens.
And Katie White says that's exactly why she came.
Well, just to show up, to get engaged, to know that it's existing, that we're here, people are listening.
We had areas of some heavy rain and a few thunderstorms late this afternoon, early this evening, beginning to quiet down on live Doppler 13 radar right now. Still some steady rain falling eastern sections of Boone County near Zionsville and Whitestown. Still a little bit of rain north of Brazil, just west of Greencastle. This will continue to fall apart, but we're back into a stormy weather pattern during the day tomorrow. I'll have that hour-by-hour timeline in just a few minutes.
Here's a look at the other stories making headlines right now. A sentencing rescheduled tonight after unexpected moves in court. A former Avon chiropractor pleaded guilty to 4 counts of sexual battery. That agreement calls for no executed jail sentence. But today in court, Rockbird's attorneys want to argue what that legally means. So they'll be back before a judge next month. Several women accused Bird of touching them inappropriately when they were Bird's patients. A jury just convicted a man of killing his roommate. This happened back in August of 2023 at an Indianapolis apartment complex. Police arrested Osman Martinez hours after the shooting for the death of Angel Rodriguez Arriaga. Sentencing is set for May. Tonight, we know the name of the man who was killed in Lawrence. The Marion County coroner identified the 26-year-old as Darius Timberlake. Police say someone shot and killed him early Wednesday morning near 46th and Franklin. Now, at the time, police told us they had a person of interest in custody. For the first time, Congressman Jefferson Shreve got an inside look at the USPS distribution hub here in Indianapolis. He shared these photos with 13 News. We've been reporting on delays at that hub for months. Congressman Shreve and a bipartisan group of Indiana lawmakers have pushed for answers about those delays. In a response to legislators, the USPS blamed the transition from a small hub to a much larger facility. Tonight, Community Health Network is expanding in Westfield. The healthcare company just cut the ribbon on its new medical office building. This is the first building to open at its new campus. There's an open house for members of the community Saturday from 11 to 1. Remember, you can find all of our latest local stories anytime on our 13 News app.